Welcome to Awakening You channel. If you appreciate what we do, please support us. Thank you. Dear sons and daughters of planet Earth, I'm Sananda. Once again, I am grateful to be here. I am grateful to be able to share a little of my teachings, share a little of everything I learned from Father or Mother God. This feeling of being able to teach, of being able to guide, of being able to demystify a lot of things, translates into a lot of joy, an immense satisfaction, of seeing that for the first time, consciously, you understand what God the Father is, how He thinks and who He is. Mother. Today I want to talk to you about a very interesting subject, addiction. There are many types of addiction. There is that dependence on the other, where you supposedly think you love the other so much, that you depend on them to live, you never accept losing them in any way. So, I ask you a question, do you own something? Do you own anything on the face of the earth? Oh, of course you will answer me, yes, you are the owner of your material goods. Really is? Do these assets of yours accompany you on your soul's journey? So I would say that you are enjoying the assets you have, but they are not yours. Nothing is yours. Let's say you acquire the right to use it, but nothing is yours. So, how do you feel like you own something? And what's even worse, if you think you own someone? So dependence creates this feeling of ownership. You place yourself so small, so humiliated, so worthless, in front of others, that you think you own them. It's that feeling that someone else can never leave you, because you depend on them. No, I would say that you don't depend, I would say that this is the trick you use, to keep him trapped, to keep him under your yoke, to keep him under slavery. This is becoming dependent. I'm not mentioning physical dependencies here, this is another topic. I'm mentioning emotional dependence, which you often place yourself in to imprison the other. So whoever imprisons is the owner, feels like the owner. So, I would like you to rethink your stance, because your harvest will not be easy at all. You may have even criticized some overseers or some farm owners for enslaving many black people, but what you do is no different, and it doesn't matter what color you are. You are acting the same way. Becoming dependent is imprisoning the other, it is making the other never leave you out of pity, not out of love. So start observing exactly this dependence, because it is not real. In fact, you are acting like that slave owner who has that other for his pleasure, tied to you. I repeat again, your harvest will not be easy at all, because you will be judged by your actions, not by God the Father or Mother, not by me, not by any being of light. You will judge yourself in the future, you will think about why you acted like that, and whether you regret it or not will depend on your evolution. For those who act this way, who think they are highly dependent, harmless, poor things, I would say that you show the truth of who you are, because you are nothing like that. You are exactly the opposite, and I tell you more, the person you imprison will one day wake up and will have no regrets in abandoning you. Because you will understand that you have become your tormentor, not a person who really depended on you for love, because that is not love, it is any feeling but love. Another type of addiction. When you get involved with some drugs. And I'm not just going to talk about illicit drugs here, because you have many drugs circulating in your midst, fully permitted. So what are drugs? Anything that takes away your consciousness, anything that alters your consciousness, is a drug. So I'll explain a little more in depth. When you alter your consciousness, the protection you have from the beings of light around you moves away, because you are doing something against yourself. This is not a good thing to do. Ah, I understand, you like to escape reality to avoid facing problems, or to feel a little pleasure. Everything ephemeral. Because when the effect of the drug wears off, you return to the real world and it remains the same, nothing has changed. However, if you stopped taking drugs and tried to solve your problems, tried to find solutions, I guarantee you that the day would come when you would no longer need drugs, because you would be at peace with yourself. So drugs are nothing more than an escape, a refusal to treat problems, a refusal to want to see the truth. But, as I was saying, you go out of consciousness. And no, don't tell me that you're still lucid. This is what your ego wants to say, that you are awesome, you are powerful. So you take drugs, drink without limits, but your ego tells you that you are still fine, that you are still responsible for your actions. Interesting. And then, if you cause harm to something or someone, you use drugs as an excuse. What a great irony! You take drugs and continue admitting that you don't lose your lucidity, but you make a mistake based on it, which becomes the culprit. Your point of view is very interesting. Then, deeper down, you do lose consciousness, because everything that takes you out of balance is no longer you. You simply open up to all the negative energies that are around you. And they will love drinking with you, they will love taking drugs with you, they will love prostituting themselves with you. Because they will be so impregnated in you that you will feel all your pleasure, they will feel everything you feel, and I'll say more, if you maintain your addiction, these energies attach to you, because they know that their addiction is guaranteed there too. And then, your life starts to be a snowball of problems, because you will only be attracting negative things, negative events. Those beings of light around you are far away, sad, just observing what is happening, because they can do nothing. The decision to lose consciousness is yours, not theirs. So they cannot invade your free will. You decided to take drugs, you decided to drink, you decided to use any other type of drug that takes away your consciousness. So they can't do anything but move away, because you start attracting all kinds of negative energy. So, more and more, your masters, guides and angels move away from you, but you find it interesting to continue with the addiction, because it is an opportunity to make friends, it is an opportunity to always have someone by your side. Friends? What kind of friends? Ah, as unbalanced as you. I admit, they are friends of decadence, friends of problems. Because that's all you'll achieve by maintaining your addiction to any type of drug. Interesting how all of this was brought into this world, exactly for this purpose. Over the years, many evolved beings have arrived on this planet to participate in this entire process that is happening now. And what happened to these young people? They were presented with a quick cure for problems, drugs, drinks, all the substances that you can ingest, exactly to provoke in them, everything I have already said here, and for them to completely lose their ability to become evolved souls and fulfill the mission for which they were designated. Today, many no longer have the conditions to be called evolved beings, such as the dependence, such as the lack of balance, that they have achieved in their bodies. It's over for them. They really let themselves get caught up in everything the Dark Ones presented. But who got involved? Nobody is obligated to do anything. You let yourself be carried away by ephemeral pleasures, by momentary pleasures, and there is the world you are living in today, where no one respects anyone, no one has love for anyone, everyone just wants pleasure in the moment. And here I mean all kinds of pleasures. Nobody values themselves anymore, nobody stays balanced anymore, because the important thing is to be in a circle drinking, or taking drugs, or both. And then you have many friends, especially those friends that you support, because the day you can no longer support them, they will stop being your friends. What kind of friendship is this? But you will realize all this. The day will come when you will realize the evil you have done. But unfortunately for some it will be too late. There will be no way to get back on track, there will be no way to get back to balance. The journey to Quinta is over, there will be no solution. For those who, upon hearing these words, decide to change, I would say that they will have to do some very deep work to cleanse themselves of all this. It won't be an easy job, and I don't guarantee results, because it will depend a lot on how dependent you are on your addictions. And cleaning your entire human carcass won't be easy either, but you can try. Who knows, maybe if you try really hard to get back to balance, you might not be rewarded, who knows. And lastly, I'm going to talk about spiritual dependence. Yes, it exists. There are those people who, when they wake up, activate all the beings of light around them, asking what the day will be like, asking for help, knowing that they will need them all day. So every step you take, you ask what to do, and many times these people listen, but I assure you that we are not the ones who respond. Learn something very profound: no being of light shows a path, no being of light shows what to do, when faced with a choice. Yes, we can point out several paths, and as beings of light we will point out positive paths, which will lead to the same end point. But you will be the one who will choose the path. So among these paths, we put some easier and some more difficult, and you will choose. Then you often say, "Wow, you showed me a very difficult path, but who chose it? Was you." So don't blame us for the choices you make. And how do you choose? With your mind you always choose, never with the heart, never with love, it is always with the mind. So they will probably always choose the wrong path. So become dependent on us to make decisions in your lives. The choices are yours. If you ask us for help, we show you several paths, but the choices are yours. Ever. And the more you become dependent on us, the more we move away, the more we stop giving you choices, and you start to realize your ego's choices, not ours. So that you can learn to live, without asking us what to do. In the same way we can expand this feeling, to dependence on the other's opinion. You don't do anything without asking the other person what they think. Once again, I will explain, the other person has his vision, he is not in you, he will make the decision that he thinks is the most correct from his perspective. Is it the right one for your journey? So, never ask the other person what they think, make your own decisions, because tomorrow, if you follow what the other person said and it goes wrong, you will throw it in their face, you will blame them for what you are going through. But it was you who asked for his opinion, and it was you who decided to follow the opinion he gave, but you will blame him. The choices are yours. Nobody gives a choice. No being of light tells the way to follow. We can point out several paths within a global path, but never the exact path you will follow. So to finish, I would like you to think hard about any type of addiction. There are many other dependencies, gaming, betting, many others. All of them, an escape from reality, all of them are a frustrated attempt to solve problems. So get rid of them. As you have to find the way. But I can give you a clue. The first thing you have to do to get rid of any type of addiction is to increase your spiritual journey, to place yourself under the help of your masters, and above all, by listening and analyzing the choices they have for you.